and welcome to this week's Breakthrough Word, How to Find Peace. Are you struggling to find peace in your life? Are you frustrated? Are the demands of life stressing you out? How do you find peace in such a stress-filled world? Well, that's the question we have today. And in Mark chapter 4, verse 35 and following, there's a story about Jesus and his disciples getting up in a boat to cross over the Sea of Galilee. And halfway across the sea, they encounter a great storm, a storm that's threatening their life to sink the boat. And the disciples are frantically trying to keep the boat afloat. They're frustrated, they're worried, they're stressed out, they're angry. They're mad at Jesus because he's in the back of the boat sleeping. And finally they go back there and they wake him up and they say, "Master, don't you care we're about to die?" And Jesus stands up and he looks at the storm, puts his hand up and he says, "Peace, be still." And the storm subsided. And he turned to the disciples and he asked them, "Why are you so fearful? Why are you so stressed out?" You can have peace in the midst of the storms of life. You can find peace in the most terrifying, the most troubling, the most stressful times if you got Jesus in the boat. Let me just give you 4 things to focus on in order to find peace. Number 1, in order to find peace, you've got to know God. You got to know the Lord. You got to have Jesus in your boat. There's a saying, know God, N-O, no peace, N-O. Know God, K-N-O-W, and then you will know peace, K-N-O-W. In order for you to have peace, you've got to know the Lord. He is the source of peace. Second, then you've got to trust God. In Isaiah 26:3, God says this. He says, those who trust Him, He will keep them in perfect peace. So if you're going to find peace in your life, you got to know God, then you got to trust God. The third thing you need to do is give it to God. You got to let things go. God never intended for you to carry the weight of the world. Didn't intend for you to carry all the cares and all the stresses in life. You need to cast your care upon Him. You need to let it go. Give it to God. And then fourthly, you got to laugh with God. There is power in laughter. Proverbs says, a merry heart does good like a medicine. The joy of the Lord is your strength. It's amazing how quickly stress will disappear when you just begin to laugh. In fact, sometimes you just got to force yourself to laugh. I encourage you, go ahead and laugh. Fake it until you make it. When you laugh, you're going to see that freedom come. You're going to see peace come. So in order to find peace, you got to know God, you got to trust God, you got to give it to God, and then you got to laugh with God. And when you do, you're going to be able to receive exactly what Jesus said in John 14:27. He said, "My peace I give you, my peace I leave you." That's your breakthrough word for this week. Until the next time, remember, you can find peace even in the midst of a stressful world.